Hi guys, welcome back to the big sew along. I am Ginny and this is hopefully going to be a Friday sews. We'll see how far I get today. I have not, it's been a minute. Let's just say that. Last time I talked to you guys, I was going to take a week off for the 4th of July to paint my sewing room, which I did. It took me longer than I expected. I'll show you some pictures of that in a minute. And then, so that took me like considerably longer, which again, I'll go to in a minute. And then just when I was ready to sit down and record another video, I came down with COVID. So I am recovering, but if I sound a little stuffy, that's why. I was really supposed to be in Casper, Wyoming this week to visit my mom for her 80th birthday. However, my mom came down with COVID a couple of weeks ago, and we decided then that we'd postpone my trip, just because even though she's recovered, she's still really tired a lot. So she wanted to have plenty of time to recover, make sure she had the energy to like go out and do some stuff together. As it turns out, it's good that we did cancel, because I would literally be on a plane right now, or I was supposed to be on a plane right now. Anyways, so yeah, my boss came down with COVID last Monday, and then I went home right away after she tested, because she was fine when I got there in the morning, and then like after lunch she just started sounding really stuffed up, and she was like, oh my god, I don't know, should I test? Anyways, she did, and it was positive, so I left right away and I quarantined for a few days, but of course 3 days later, I came down with it anyways. Anyway, I did get my, like, the antiviral thing. I can't remember what it's called, but it seems to be helping. I have been really, really tired, so I'm going to try to get this done before I fall asleep again. Let's go over some things. So, once again, because I took time off to paint, and then I got sick, I have really not got much sewing done. However, before I go any further, I want to say I did finish my Lillies dress, my second Lillies dress, and I'm really excited about it. I'll put some pictures up here for you. The only thing is, on this one, you guys, I accidentally put my pockets too close to the front. I don't know what I was thinking. They are really supposed to be over here, like it's half a panel the wrong direction. Anyways, aside from that, I really love this dress. Aside from this fabric, which is, I don't know if you guys remember, I think this one was from Emma One Sock, and it is a cotton mousseline. It is delicious. I love this fabric. I'm really happy to have this finished, especially now because it's been super, super hot. So it's lovely to have this to wear. So I don't have anything else to say about this dress. I think I told you guys everything I have to say about it in the last video. Well, the last one I did about this, which if I can remember which one it was, I'll link that below so you guys can see my original Lillies dress review. I did the sleeveless version on this, and I did not need to alter anything. You might be able to see a teeny bit of my bra strap, but that would be it. I have a racerback bra on today, of course, but if I didn't, you would not be able to see my straps here either. So it made no alterations to this. Okay, let's talk about my sewing room. So, it's a long story, but here it goes. I decided to paint one wall pink, and then the other 3 walls, which are all smaller walls, white. And then I bought some stencils. Hang on. Okay. I bought these super groovy, I don't know if you'll be able to see them, but I'll put them against the pink so maybe you'll be able to see them. Super groovy, mid-century looking stencils. Maybe you can see them if I do this. No, I don't think you're going to be able to see them. They look like, there we go. Can you kind of see that? Yeah, like those mid-century, you know, like little stars. I thought they would be super cool to put on my walls. Unfortunately, I don't know how to stencil on a wall. And B, I don't have much room, much wall space. And I have pictures and stuff that I wanted to hang up. So I attempted, I attempted it like 3 times. All 3 times was a hot mess. So I gave up on a third try. I had a few other things that went wrong because these walls are all, what's it called? They're cinder block. And they're quite old. So they have like some dents. You can see like holes and stuff that I couldn't really do anything about. Anyways, because of that, they were a little more difficult to paint. It was hard to get into those like nooks and crannies and have it look decent. So I did have to go over it a few times. So again, that took a little bit longer than I expected. And then when I went to hang pictures up, I thought, you know, I don't really know how to hang a picture on a concrete wall. So I thought I'll just get those like that Gorilla Glue like tape. It's like super sticky. I don't know if it's called, I think it's called mounting tape. And I put it on all my pictures and I stuck them up on the walls. And then I thought everything was great. And then I went upstairs, and then the next day I came back down and all my pictures were on the floor. And the Gorilla Glue stuff not only pulled paint off the walls, but it actually pulled some of the concrete because, like I said, they're a little old and crumbly and whatnot. I was like, ugh. So I had to repaint some stuff. And then I decided I would just like hang my pictures with the regular like a regular nail, which doesn't work in a concrete block for anybody who doesn't know, and I didn't. So I tried to hammer a nail into the wall, and that of course just like brought down a chunk of concrete. And so then I did a little YouTube search and I figured out how to put a screw in a concrete wall, and I finally got my pictures up. But I did have to make some repairs there. And then I went on this, like, I had this cockamamie idea. My sewing table is a table I got from my best friend's mother-in-law. Actually, she got it from her mother-in-law to give to me. It's like a 1970s looking laminate, what's it called? Formica covered table. And I really love it. I love the style of it, and I love the shape of it and the size of it. I wasn't 100% sold on the color, which was like a beigey kind of like wood grain, very 70s looking. So since I was painting my room, I decided I would paint the table. And I thought it would be perfect to paint it either pink or white to go with my room. Yeah. Well, first of all, that probably is a little bit overboard, but I asked my friend Marsha what she thought, and she said she thought it was fine the way it was and that I shouldn't paint it. And I asked my friend Susan what she thought, and she said that she probably wouldn't paint it. And I asked my husband what he thought, and he said, I think it's fine the way it is. So, of course, I painted it. And it was a disaster. The good news is it wasn't, even though I love the table, the finish was not in great shape. It is a sewing table and had been used, and it was stored in a basement for probably 30 years. A lot of the Formica stuff was coming off, so it's not like I ruined some like fabulously finished piece of furniture. But anyways, I'm gonna do a quick little tour of my room here in a second, and you can see my table in there. I painted it pink. I again watched a YouTube video on how to paint laminate furniture. I watched a couple. I'll link those down below in case anybody's interested. And I ordered the paint that they recommended, which was milk paint. And then I got it on my table, and I really hated the color. It was really like beigey pink. It was not like a pop pink. It was more like a fleshy pink. So I hated it. And I didn't have anything else to cover it with. So instead of just using this paint, this pink paint that I already had and I could have used, and I thought, why don't I just use that? And then I thought, well, I bought all this milk paint, I'm just going to use it. The milk paint in pink was horrible, so I used the red that I got, and that was also horrible. So you can see my sewing table in the little video here. My husband said he doesn't think it's that bad. Let me know what you think. So here's my sewing room. Walking in, you see my little knitting. It's actually a kitchen towel, but anyways. Okay, then over here, my big racks for storage. This thing up here is, those are my sock and mitten blockers. My cutting table, my big pink wall. And let's walk over here. You can see my cute little knickknacks on the windowsill. I may actually put curtains on these because even though they're windows, you don't get much light out of them. And then over here's my ironing board. More little knickknacks on the windowsill. And then back here it actually gets a little dark, but you can see my bulletin board where I usually have ideas and stuff for projects. My little weirdo, like, it used to be a window situation here. And then my sewing table, which is right here. And you can see I have my sewing machine, my serger, and then the covered one is my cover stitch machine. And then back around this way, that's the stairwell with a bunch of junk that still needs to get put away. This is my other wall with some pictures I hung up, and it looks kind of junky right now, but I will get that cleaned up. And then I have all my patterns and stuff stored down here, and a bunch of other like small stuff in all of those cupboards or those little boxes. And I also have a bunch of stuff stored under my cutting table. And that's it. That's the color. Red. You can see the red carpet, the pink wall, the white wall. I'm pretty happy with it, I have to say, except for this little bit of a dark corner here. Okay, so that is my sewing room. I actually think what I'm going to do is decoupage my table. I might be going from bad to worse, but we'll see. Okay, in other news, I did get a message from Charlotte, maybe last week one day, that Nani Iro has a new book out called A Year of Sewing with Nani Iro. It looks like this. You guys may remember back in the spring, I bought this Nani Iro book from Japan. These are, so Charlotte told me about this book, and I got so excited that I went on Amazon and bought it without even looking to see what was inside of it, because that's so totally something I would do. It came, and I realized that these are, in fact, the same book. But the good thing is, this is the original. It's in Japanese. This one is in English. So, as far as I know, it's the first book Nani Iro has had published in English. Anybody who is interested in trying some of these Japanese patterns, I will leave a link to this, the Amazon link I'll leave down below. I really highly recommend it. It's a really cool book. I'm glad that I have it in both English and Japanese. I mean, I would have just bought the English version if it had been available. But I'm not sorry that I got the English version now. So anyways, I'm going to leave a link to that below. If there's anything in here you guys want to do a sew along for, let me know, and we'll do that because I love this. And then one last thing today, you guys. I was thinking that trying to come up with some new ideas for some new projects that I wanted to make and stuff, and I don't really have anything on my list. I feel like back in January I said I was going to try to slow down my sewing, and I have really done that this year. I have come to a screeching halt on some levels, but obviously a lot of things were just not in my control. Anyways, trying to ramp it up again, and I realized that in the fall, no, in the winter and spring, I tend to go for more rustic or even like romantic ruffly looks with like real textury fabrics and unfinished hems, like things like that, like just more rustic feel. And I noticed that in the summer and fall, when the weather is warm, I tend to go for things that are more like modern looking. Still like a lagenlook vibe, but just more, yeah, more modern, I guess, is the only thing I can think of. So I have some inspiration here for you guys. These are some pictures that I found around the web. Let's see what I have here. The first few are from Atelier 957, is that right? Let me look that up really fast. Yeah, Atelier 957. That is a store. One of you guys recommended that to me. I didn't know about that. But they're in Minnesota. I think in Minneapolis. I really like this, like, clean sort of, I don't know, slightly pared down look. Not so voluminous. So lots of layers and more like asymmetric shapes, and definitely some more like a lot of graphic colors, like so black, white, red, that kind of thing. And then these next ones are from the Japanese company Moyuru. I apologize because I don't know how to say that. I'm gonna leave links to both Atelier 957, Moyuru, and oh shoot, what's that other one called? I'll find it in a second. I'm gonna leave links to all of them down below. But anyways, Moyuru, these are the Japanese designs that I've been sort of lusting after lately. Again, you can see pretty simple shapes as usual. That's kind of my goal always. But blocks of color, some asymmetry, and some geometric sort of shapes and stuff. And then this last group is from, sorry, I had to look that up. This last group is from Kaliyana, which I believe is a store out of Canada that I'm also very fond of. Never bought anything from them, but I love their style. So, yeah, you can see here, I don't know if it's just because it's hot and I like the idea of wearing fewer things, and brighter colors or fewer colors. Not really sure. Anyways, so that is what I am working on at the moment, is some ideas for that sort of look. I will probably be searching through Style Arc and Fama. I'll leave links to both of those down below too. But anyways, if you guys have any suggestions for patterns that you think would suit that sort of look, leave me a comment below and let me know. Also, let me know if you guys feel like your style changes by season or if it's pretty consistent. I know a lot of people, it's really consistent all the time, and I feel like someday I might get to a place where it's either it just keeps going as one or maybe the other. I don't know. Either the more like rustic or the more modern vibe. I don't know I don't know. Maybe one day I'll fall in the middle. I'll figure something out in the middle. Anyways, that is it for me today, you guys. I hope you are all having a wonderful summer or winter, I guess, depending on where you are. And I will hopefully be back sooner than later. Until then, you guys, happy sewing.